Good evening, folks. It's your bro, Richie Rich here. Today's video, I'm back with another Need for Need for Speed Need for Speed gaming explanation video for you all. Today in this video, I'll be talking to you all about the Need for Speed games from 2011. So, today in this video, I got the first one from 2011, and then after that, I got another one from 2011. Today in this video, today in this video, I'll be talking to you all about Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed. So before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the so take a deep breath. Breathe out. One more time, just to be sure. Breathe out. There we go. So before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. So what you guys think? Hit the notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so it's 1.5 minutes. So without any further ado, let's begin. So Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed 2011. Here we go. Here we go. Shift 2 Unleashed. So Shift 2 Unleashed, A.K.A. NFS. Shift 2 Shift 2 Unleashed. So Unleashed is a racing video game. It's a racing video game. The 17th. So it's a racing video game. The 17th installment. So 17th installment of the series. So 17th installment of the series is developed by Slightly Mad Studios and published by A.K.A. So published by A.K.A. The game serves as a direct sequel to Shift, which that one came out in 2009. I've done that one. Don't need to worry about that. So, sequel to Shift, number 1, 2009, and expands on many aspects that were introduced in the original version. Shift 2 Unleashed. So Shift 2 Unleashed was released worldwide during both March and April 2011 or 2011. So developers are both Slightly Mad Studios. So Slightly Mad Studios and Straight Right for iOS. So those are the developers. So those are the developers. Publisher EA. Publisher EA. Producer Marcus Nilsson. So Nilsson is spelled Nilsson. So that's the producer. The composers are Heavy Melody Music. So composers are Heavy Melody Music. So Heavy Melody Music. So replace the word metal and placed melody into it. So Heavy Melody Music. Ramin Djawadi. I can't pronounce that, but it's spelled DJ A. So DJAWADI. Not even translate, doesn't it? Hold on. I gotta translate that word. It's a German word. So ramen Diavadi. So Ramin Diavadi. Say ramen. So composers are heavy melody music. Ramin so Ramin Diavadi. So composers are heavy metal heavy metal heavy melody music. So heavy melody music. Heavy melody music. Ramin Diavadi. Trolls, I can't pronounce that, but it's spelled Troels. Folman, which is spelled Folmann. Stephen Stephen Basted, Mick Gordon, and Mike Regan. Say Mike Regan. Series Need for Speed. Platforms are Microsoft Windows, PS3, Xbox 360, and iOS. So the platforms are Microsoft Windows, PS3, Xbox 360, and iOS. For the release date for Microsoft Windows, so Microsoft Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360, they were released in March 2011, apart from one which was released on April 2011. So in North America was released on the 29th. So 29th, Europe and both Europe. So North America was released on the 29th. Both Europe and Australia were released on the 31st. So 31st of March 2011. So 2011. So Europe and Australia 31st, and and then the UK was released April 1st. So the 1st of April 2011. For iOS was which I believe is for the Windows edition, was released August 4th. So the 4th of August 2011. Genre racing and modes is both single and multiplayer. Shift to Unleashed features over 145 cars from more than 37 manufacturers and over 36 different tracks. So 36 different tracks. 36 different tracks, which players can compete in several types of races. So several types of races. Players can also compete online. The game also features three new main additions. An in-helmet camera, so it has like a camera inside the helmet, I think. Nighttime racing, so racing at night, and the autolog feature introduced with Hot Pursuit 2010. So 2010, which I talked about yesterday. I think it was yesterday, yeah, or day before. I can't remember, but I think it was yesterday. Hot Pursuit 2010. As of 2021, so 2021. So 2021. So it's 3 years ago. Download versions of the game are no longer available. So no longer available for purchase in any online stores, and online play was shut down on September 1st. The non-downloaded boxed EA DVD, so DVD versions of the game. So those are the ones that are not downloaded. The versions of the game can still be purchased. From some online stores until supply runs out. Next up, gameplay. Shift 2, so Shift 2 claims to claims to redefine the racing simulator. So racing simulator genre by delivering both authentic and true to life. So authentic and true to life dynamic crash physics. Intricately detailed real world cars, so real life cars, drivers, so drivers, drivers and tracks, so drivers and tracks. During during their during their careers, virtual racers partake in a variety of motorsports. So variety of motorsports like drifting, muscle car racing, drifting, muscle car racing, drifting, muscle car racing, retro car racing, endurance races, and circuit competition, i.e. FIA GT3 European Championship to hone their driving skills in hopes of becoming the FIA GT1 World Champion. In the career mode, Von Guyton, so I can't pronounce his last name, but it's spelled Gittin. Von Gittin, I can't pronounce it, but it's spelled Gittin. Von is spelled VAUGHN. So in the career mode, Von Guyton, a Formula D, which is Formula Drift. Which I'm gonna talk about one day. Never know. So yeah. So in the career mode, Von Guyton, a Formula Drift champion, guides the player through his career. So through his career, customizing the car, autolog, teaching the player how to drift, so the player would head on to the FIA GT3 and the Works series. So Works series. Then he begins to move on to the FIA GT1 Championship. Guyton also will be in the Muscle series. The career mode also features the Formula D driver Darren McNamara. There we go. In Retro Series, Chris Rado, which is spelled RADO, in both time attack, and drag racing DLC downloadable content series. Eric and Mark Kozelu, can't pronounce it, but it's spelled KOZELUH, in Standing Mile DLC series. So Standing Mile DLC series. Mad Mike Whitett, I can't pronounce it, but his last name is spelled WHIDDETT. In the Works series, Patrick Soderlund. In the FIA GT3 series, Tommy Milner. In the Endurance series, Matt Powers in the legendary, not legendary, in the Legends DLC series, and Jamie Campbell Walter, so Walter in the FIA GT1 series. These players, no, not players, sorry, these racers even wager their own cars, to the player as prize. So these racers even wager their own cars to the player as prize cars, should the player win their respective championships. In other words, they even allow the player to, like, if the player wins the challenges, those drivers allow the player to have their car for free. So I give them their car for free. It was pretty cool. It's a lot better than it's better than having to buy a car, from like the different categories. It's like Forza basically. You get the free cars sometimes for like races and wheel spins, but other times you just buy the car with credits, which is just, a pain. I mean, it's cool, but you're just losing credits throughout the game. You have to keep doing races in order to get those credits back to you. Anyways, these racers even wager their own cars to the player as prize cars, should the player win their respective championships. So, respective championships, as well as an in-car camera view. Say camera view. Shift 2 includes a helmet camera. So a helmet camera in which the player's viewpoint is from their driver. So from their driver. It's like in Forza games, basically, Motorsport Horizon. It's like basically the same. So it's from their driver. The helmet camera. So the helmet cam moves with the head of the driver being drawn from side to side as the car takes corners and jerking forward, so moving forward when the player crashes. As the car increases up to higher speeds, the edges of the screen will become blurred to simulate the tunnel vision effect that drivers suffer when racing. Shift 2's night racing also appear. So Shift 2's night racing also appears to be more advanced. So Shift 2's night racing also appears to be more advanced, with headlights either dimming or turning off completely if damaged, further narrowing the player's view. The Autolog. So Autolog system is now Need for Speed DNA. Say Need for Speed DNA. So Need for Speed DNA. The system appears in Shift 2 in a more or less identical design to the original, So the system appears in Shift 2. So in Shift 2, in a more or less identical design to the original, but includes extra features that they not only provide track times for unique events, but also segregate data based on quick racetracks, race types, and automotive disciplines. This essentially means that Autolog's more than just a system. It's more than just a system that simply displays player friends' times, regardless of either how or when they set them during their career. Shift 2 features more than 140 140 licensed cars, so 140 licensed vehicles available for both racing and tuning. A smaller number compared, with racing sims, so racing simulators such as Motorsport 4 2011 and the 1200 cars found in Gran Turismo 6. So Gran Turismo 6 2013. However, executive producer Marcus Nilsson. Executive producer Mark Nilsson said the studio wanted to concentrate on having only the must-have speedsters. It's like convertibles almost, I think. There are also 40 real-world locations, including Bathurst in Australia, Spa Francorchamps or Circuit de Spa Francorchamps in Belgium, Suzuka International Racing Course or the Suzuka Circuit in Japan. As well as fictional circuits like downtown London, the capital of England, and Shanghai. And direct administered municipality, can't really pronounce that well, and the most populous urban area in China. So in China. So London and Shanghai. Lead designer Andy Tudor confirmed that Shift 2 doesn't feature split screen. There's so much going. So this is a quote that he says. There's so much going on in the game. For example, we've added, if you're drafting a guy now, you'll get all the little bits of crap from his car, all the gravel and rubber hit the car, and they can hit your windshield or windscreen and things like that. It takes a lot of development time, but it's very authentic, and that's the experience we want. Unfortunately, that means things like split screen aren't possible. Sorry if I cussed there. I apologize, but it does have little bits of debris basically, from the car. So unfortunately, that means things like split screen aren't possible. So not possible. Next up we got is development. So there's quite a bit, a lot on their bed. So yeah, next one is development. So I'm back. I'm just gonna get a drink of water, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Next up, hold on. So next up is development. Here we go. In early July 2010, it's rumored that a sequel for Shift was in development called Shift 2, and to be developed by Slightly Mad Studios in February 2010. So February 2000, February 2000, February 2010. Say February 2011. That's 2011. February 2010. EA said another NFS game will be released at some point during its fourth quarter, January 1st through March 31st. January 1st through March 31st, 2011. So 2011. The rumors started when Chris McClure, I can't pronounce it well, but it's spelled McClure, who left SMS Slightly Mad Studios, so Slightly Mad Studios for CCP. CCP updated his profile on professional, so pro networking site. So pro networking site LinkedIn, to include the work he'd been doing prior to his departure. His CV read, mostly worked on new open world technology, but also worked on Need for Speed Shift 2. So worked on Shift 2. Shift 2 was confirmed when EA listed the game in their first quarter financial report as a Q4 2011 title, i.e. Q1 2011 in calendar year for both consoles and PC. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. So, so the rumors started when Chris McClure, who left SMS for CCP, updated his profile on a pro networking site LinkedIn to include the work he'd been doing prior to his departure. His CV read, mostly worked on new open world technology, but also worked on Shift 2. Shift 2 was confirmed when EA listed the game in their first quarter financial report. So financial report as a Q4 title, i.e. Q1 2011 in the calendar year for both consoles and PC. So for both consoles and PC. Consoles and PC. The game was officially announced as Shift 2 Unleashed on November 16th. So November 16th, 2010. So 2010 with a teaser trailer the same day as Hot Pursuit was released. So the same day as Hot Pursuit was released in the US. Shift 2 brings an all new rendering engine and a massive graphics overhaul. With an innovative helmet, camera, view simulating the physical experience of driving at 200 miles an hour. The thrilling experience of night racing. So night racing and authentic degradation of tracks and cars. This is tomorrow's simulator for today's adrenaline fueled racer. Said EA. Said EA at the press time. Shift 2 is redefining immersive racing by blending the rush of tearing up the track at unbelievable speeds with the emotional experience of competitive battle, said executive producer Marcus Nilsson. We're also working closely with real world performance drivers. So performance drivers to ensure that Shift 2 Unleashed captures their experience and becomes the benchmark in authentic racing action. 2 weeks before Shift 2 was announced, EA executive Patrick Sutherland said, "We think we can compete and ultimately become market leading in the simulation authentic motorsport segment. One of the strongest points we have is apart from the fact that we have a very talented developer working with us, and we now have an established brand underneath the NFS umbrella in that segment. We also have the advantage of being a multi-platform offering. Forza can only be bought on Xbox, and Gran Turismo or GT is only available on PlayStation. We're the only one right now. That's off a significant weight that can offer something up on all those platforms." Marcus Nielsen, producer of the game, said that Shift 2 won't match Forza's Forza's 60 FPS performance. So Forza's 60 FPS frames per second, frames per second performance, but indicated it will be a will be a but indicated it will be a far more vibrant game as a result. You have to make a choice with today's tech. Either you go for it, and this is harsh, but it's what I think. And this is harsh, but it's what I think. The bland graphics of GT, Gran Turismo, and Forza, or you try to push the bar for what consoles can do, said Nielsen. EA's Patrick Sutherland Packy Sutherland reveals that he believes Shift 2 Unleashed, Shift 2 Unleashed can outsmart Gran Turismo 5 or GT5 when it comes to providing an authentic driving experience. Both the lead designer and executive producer of Shift 2 spoke out against GT5, implying that it has way too many cars. Kind of odd. Andy Tudor, lead designer of the game, said that games like GT5, Gran Turismo 5, 2010, and FM3, Forza Motorsport 3, Forza Motorsport 3, 2009, 2009 were more like encyclopedias than games and featured hundreds of irrelevant cars. Tudor said, you can add hundreds of cars to your game, but people will ignore most of them. NFS producer Jesse Abney thought that Shift 2 Unleashed will cross the racing divide to entice arcade fans as well as simulator fans. Regarding the first Shift accessible. So regarding the first Shift, accessible was used a lot. To the chagrin, I can't pronounce it well, but it's spelled CHAGRIN, of simulation fans. The producer told Now Gamer, but you want those incremental steps to be a bit of a hand-holding exercise. Shift was developed as an acknowledgement that our fan base has grown up with us over 17 years. Their interests have changed. Some of them have grown up to become the race drivers we talked to today. They want that type of game. So we know to acknowledge them and their interests. We really had to build an authentic racing. Game, and that's what Shift was. Lead designer Andy Tudor said Shift 2 Unleashed is injecting both emotional and social aspects into the sequel, which take it beyond being a numbers game, beyond being a numbers game, the simulation genre really is just a numbers game at the moment. It's all about we've got the greatest physics engine and we're going to add 1,000 cars, tracks, etc. It's quite a dry experience. So it's quite a dry experience. We want to turn that on its head by adding in social features such as autolog. I've gone on record before saying GT5 and Forza are on pedestals at the moment. Everyone believes they're the games to beat. They have great products, but they stop at being a numbers. Game, a mathematical simulation of great physics. Whereas we go beyond that, with both the emotional and social aspects. Marcus Nielsen said that Autolog has changes since Hot Pursuits. Yeah, you racing in the game becomes the fuel for other people to race. It's brilliant. Slightly Mad Studios has been working with Criteria. Slightly Mad Studios. Slightly Mad Studios has been working with Criterion from really early on exchanging ideas and executing on the core tenets that Criterion came up with. We're implementing it slightly differently, but integrating more into the core experience of what the game is. I don't want the game to feel like I have a career. I don't want the game to feel like I have a career and then I can go online to compete with my friends. I want it to feel like one whole. Autolog really weaves everything together into one compelling package. If you race this game and you beat people on your friends lists, that's going to give you more XP to propel you in your career. Next up, we got a spin-off. So this is interesting. Marcus Nielsen, the executive producer of Shift 2 Unleashed. So, Marcus Nielsen, the executive producer of Shift 2 Unleashed, said this about why they decide to drop the NFS name for Shift 2. If you think about the NFS games you've played, such as like Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted, Underground, they're very arcadey both arcadey and action orientated. Shift is going after a different audience, a sim audience, and it's about driving cars the way they feel in real life. So to not confuse the consumer, don't get me wrong, Shift to Unleash. Shift to Unleashed is still a NFS game inside the NFS family, but that family has different legs. Hot Pursuit fits the action games. Shift 2 is simulation-like, or simulator-like. EA wanted to establish Shift as a new franchise when Shift 2 Unleashed was released in March. The original was part of the NFS family, but the sequel branches out in order to win over Simulation Racer fans and competes with genre 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 rival Gran Turismo. be back again. Alright, back again. So, EA wanted to, or that? So, spin-off. Marcus Nielsen, the executive producer of Shift 2 Unleashed, said that about why they decided to drop the NFS name for Shift 2. If you think about the NFS games you've played, Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted, Underground, they're very arcadey and action orientated. Shift's going after a different audience, a simulation audience, and it's about about driving cars the way they feel in real life. So to not confuse the consumer, don't take me wrong, Shift 2 Unleashed is Unleashed is still a NFS game inside the NFS family, but that family has different legs. Hot Pursuit fits the action games. Shift 2 is sim-like. EA wanted to establish Shift as a new franchise when EA wanted to establish Shift as a new franchise when Shift 2 Unleashed was released. So Shift 2 Unleashed was released in March. The original was part of the NFS family, but the sequel branches out in order to win over Simulation Racer, racer fans and compete with genre rival Gran Turismo. Shift is Shift's still part of the NFS family, but it offers a very different experience from our traditional NFS action racers. With Shift 2 Unleashed, we aim to redefine sim racing so that fans get as close to the feeling of racing as possible. Sim racers are providing very popular with consumers. F1 Formula 1 or F1 2010 and Gran Turismo 5 or GT5 2010 have done great numbers. The game will still embody the core values of Need for Speed, but we want to establish Shift as our clearly defined simulation racer. Our NFS or Need for Speed strategy is to create the best racing and driving experiences for all racing fans. The use of Shift as a franchise name is reflective of our desire to establish it as the best simulation racer in the market with its own unique, distinct positioning. That was by EA's Racing in Action business lead Colin Blackwood told MCV. Say MCV. Got out of shower and already sweating because of this heat. Next up is soundtrack, which is not much on. There's a lot less info for that. So soundtrack run. Alright, we're on a soundtrack, so let's do that. Shift 2 Unleashed. So Shift 2 Unleashed contains original soundtracks played during main menu loading screen and replay, composed by Ramin DJ Awadi, Stephen Basted, Troels, which is TROELS, Fullman, Mick Gordon, and Mike Regan. Unlike previous NFS franchise games, the Shift 2 Unleashed soundtrack contains the list of shorter licensed songs containing 10 songs from each from each band. Sorry about that. Next up, marketing and release. So marketing and release. The game was set for a release in North America on the 8th of March 2011 and in Europe on March 10th, according to many websites including GameStop and GameSpot. On January 13th, January 13th, 2011, EA announced that the game will be released on March 24th, 2011. So March 24th, 2011. In Europe on March 25th. So in Europe on March 25th. on March 25th in the UK, and on January 13th, EA announced that the game will be released on March 24th, 2011. So March 24th, 2011 in Europe, March 25th in the UK, and on March 25th in the UK, and on March 29th in the US. In a press release issued on February February 18th, 2011, EA mentioned Shift 2 Unleashed has slipped a week in Europe. So in Europe to March 31st, and in the UK to April 1st. In addition to the standard edition, a limited edition of the game has been announced, which was originally available only through pre-order. The limited edition features numerous bonuses over the standard edition, including exclusive packaging, instant access to 3 exclusive cars, plus an additional 40 career race events, coinciding with a shutdown on the NFS network on March 15th, 2018. So 2018, the limited edition content can no longer be unlocked. On a new game, or if a player's save file doesn't already contain the additional content. If a save file already exists, if a save file already contains the additional content, it will still work. The limited edition was removed from both Origin and Steam online stores, but some other online stores still have the limited edition EA DVD for sale. Only now it won't work. Alpine Stars, so both both Alpine Stars and NFS, or Need for Speed. So both Alpine Stars and NFS introduced the Play a Pro sweepstakes, a contest that gives the winner a chance to win a trip to attend the Formula Drift in Long Beach, California, on both April 8th, and April 9th, 2011. So 2011, available to residents of the U.S. only. Available to residents of the U.S. only. The winner will receive a trip to Long Beach, California. So Long Beach, California, and pit passes. So you get a pass to go to the pit lanes to the Formula Drift in Long Beach, California, and an opportunity to play against an Alpine Stars drift driver in Shift 2 Unleashed. EA had an exposition for Shift 2 Unleashed at PAX or PAX, originally known as Penny Arcade Expo. So Penny Arcade and Expo. Expo. So EA had an exposition for Shift 2 Unleashed at PAX East 2011, where Shift 2 Unleashed had two D-Box had two D-Box racing seats set up, each with its own 103-inch plasma TV and several other stations. Pre-ordering Shift 2 Unleashed at PAX East includes Shift 2 Unleashed branded earbud headphones, earbud headphones, and a T-shirt as pre-order bonuses. Last part is trailers. And then we move on to the last part. And then we move on to the next part, which is the last one. So the last bit, and then I'll end it there. All right. So next up, trailers. In addition to the trailer shown at the official reveal, four other game trailers have been released so far, each revealing new aspects of the game. One trailer promoted the launch date, which also shows the actual gameplay for the first time in public, and in-car racing sequence between McPhillamy Park to Forest's Elbow at the Mount Panorama circuit in Bathurst, Australia. One trailer promoted the limited edition of the game. A career trailer was released. A career trailer was released in the end of January 2011. So January 2011, which was the same day as the official website for Shift 2 launched. A video clip of Shift 2 Unleashed. So Shift 2 Unleashed surfaced, showing off a team BMW race around a circuit in sunny Miami. The footage is from a GT TV show in which brand new gameplay was shown. The first developer diary was released on February 23rd, 2011, which showcased a combination of some real-life racing and gameplay, like combined together. It also explains how hard. Slightly Mad Studios worked to rope in real life racers in order to flesh out the real life racing experience. So racing experience for the game. The video also shows off nighttime racing Nighttime racing. So nighttime racing, drifting, all new helmet camera, plus real-time telemetry. So real-time telemetry, what the developer calls the most realistic physics engine ever used in a commercial. So ever used in a commercial racing video game. So commercial racing video game. The second developer diary, the second developer diary was released on March 7th. So the 7th of March. So March 7th, 2011, which showcased the game's autolog customization feature. It's a customization feature. The third developer diary was released March 10th. So the 10th of March 2011, which showcased some of the real world's most dangerous corners in racing. Last part, now we're moving on to the final bit. Another trailer released was about the 2011 Pagani Huayra, which I might talk about one day, that car. You never know. So about the 2011 Pagani Huayra. So Pagani Huayra, which it's shown at high speeds. In various circuits. So various circuits. Last part, reception, and then we'll end it there. So we got the aggregate score. So aggregator. So this is the same as with previous Need for Speed games. So this is the same with previous NFS games as before. They got aggregation scores and whatnot. So aggregator. So aggregator is Metacritic. So the score is for these 5 devices. So for PC was 80. So this is all out of 100. So PC 84%. So PC 84%. PS3. So aggregator Metacritic score PC 84%. PS3. So PC 84%. PS3 81%. So PS3 81%. Xbox 360 82%. iOS 72%, and same with iOS for the iPad. So both iOS and iOS iPad, they got 72%. Now we got the review scores. So we got these 10 publications. So first one is oneup.com with a B+. Not really 100% sure what that is in scoring methods for numbers, but I reckon that's around 80-90%, maybe 85. I'm not too sure. So oneup.com B+. Eurogamer 80%. GameSpot 75%. So GameSpot 75%. Games Radar Plus 90%. Games TM 60%. Game Trailers 89%. So Game Trailers 89%. IGN 85%. So IGN 85%. So IGN 85%. Both Play and PSM3, which is short for PlayStation or PS3 Magazine, 66, and then Touch Arcade for the iOS was 50%. So PSM3 66%. So PSM3 PSM3 66%, and Touch Arcade for the iOS was 50%. So final parts, and then we'll end it there. Shift to Unleashed was met with generally positive reviews. Aggregating review websites, Metacritic gave the PC version 84%, Xbox, so PC version 80 84%, Xbox, so 80 PC version, so PC version 84%, Xbox 360 82%, and PS3 81%. Game trailers rated the game 89%, so 89%, almost 90%, pretty good, saying how it refines the strengths of the the first game and intends their value indefinitely through the competitive environment of Autolog. There aren't any breakthrough new features here, but this is a racer that'll constantly push you to improve and make you sweat under the pressure. So that's how it happens in racing. Like you feel like you're sweating like under the helmet and visor because you feel like it's too much pressure whilst you're racing in real life. It gained an 80% rating, so 8 out of 10. So it gained an 80% rating, pretty good, from Eurogamer stating as an update to the previous shift title, Unleashed. Unleashed is a significant so not significant sorry Unleashed is a significant draft forward, while the driving itself retains the boisterous character of its predecessor. There's been a considerable tightening of focus in the experience system, which makes every race feel meaningful, whether you win or lose. It gained a 75% 75% rating, so 75% rating from GameSpot, stating how Shift 2 may not offer full-on simulation features, but it boasts roller coaster thrills and a deep sense of immersion in the hectic world of racing. Last part and on to there. The game reached number 3, so number 3 in the UK sales chart. So the game reached number 3 in the UK sales chart. Boom! Yeah. Finally, whew. And that is it, guys. So I apologize if it took so long. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit shorter, but I don't know. I highly doubt it, but I'll find out what it'll be like. So it's already almost 10:40 p.m. So that will be it, guys. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment. So like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. All right, so that'll be it. I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe. So stay safe. Have a great evening and have have a great day tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So, take care, folks. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Good night.